So really excited about this year, and I hope you are as well and see all of the opportunity. As a matter of fact, we left off at the end of last year on quite a note. We talked about the big, dangerous disease that can set in if you're not careful. What did we talk about? What was our last session about? Complacency. And so that is a great place to end the new year. And where we're going to start off is really focusing back on you and your business. You and your business plan. And so today is going to be specifically pointed at a subject that I believe is overemphasized. It's overemphasized in that people talk about this term all the time, but I don't think they put a lot of concrete substance to it. And so I hope to do that and help you do that today. So we're going to revisit a subject in some words or terms that you'll be very familiar with, but we're going to hope to help you take it to another level. Okay? Let's do this. All right. Welcome to the dealership. Welcome to the dealership. See that? You got to get that knee, that leg workout too. Welcome to the dealership. Welcome to the dealership. My name is. Your name is. Are you here to see anyone in particular? Are you here to see anyone in particular? Great. 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 What good things are happening today? What good things are happening today? More military. What good things are happening today? What good things are happening today? How'd you expect to be treated today? How'd you expect to be treated today? First of all, let me apologize. Let me apologize for the Poe treatment. Let a little air for the Poe treatment. You received at the other dealership. At the other dealership. You hear that? At the other dealership. We don't do business that way. We don't do business that way. Tell me. No, tell me. No, you tell me. No, you tell me. How did you prefer to be treated? How did you prefer to be treated? That's no problem. That's no problem. That's exactly how we do business. May I take a moment to share with you, to share with you, to share with you, to share with you the manner in which, the manner in which we work together. It is our stated policy. It is our stated policy to treat every visitor to our dealership as an honored guest. As an honored guest. In our home. In our home. Every day. Every time. Without fail. Without fail. No exceptions. Would that be okay with you? Would that be okay with you? Give you guys a hand and have a seat. Well, where we're going to start today is we're going to do a number of activities surrounded around the word wow. Wow. Yes. Question. Are there businesses that you've been a part of where they just never miss a beat? So in your eyes, every time you've been to that establishment, you've never been let down. And when you think of it in light of the consistency, you have to say, wow. We are not discussing good experiences. We're not talking about good experiences. Good is the enemy of great. We're talking about a different level. I can go to a number of places and receive good service. As a matter of fact, if it's not good, they're not going to be in business that long. But we're not talking about good because good doesn't do much. Good is the minimum standard of acceptable. I'm talking about wow. It's the exception that we're not delighting the customer. What happens when that happens? That's what I want you to think about today. That's what I want you to think about for the start of the new year. How many have a wow experience in the past year that they can, from another business? Okay? From another business, we got 1.5 hands up. We have 1.5 hands up in the past year. Do you see what I'm talking about? Businesses do a good job today, but they miss the point. This is the point I'm trying. If you will take this home with you today and work on what we're talking about, this is your big opportunity. This is your big opportunity. I believe in the power of wow experiences, and I believe you do too, but here's the letter F. It says this: do you believe in a lot of wow responses from your customer could transform your business? Honestly, do you believe it could transform your business? Then my question is this: why don't we put this on the forefront of our business plan? How do I get more wows this year? What if I did this? What if I came up with 3 different options of ways to wow during the sales experience, and 3 different options of ways to wow after the sales experience, things I did in my follow-up? What if I just came up with 6 options? Customer comes in, I've got 3 wow experiences behind my back. I'm going to choose the one that's best customized to them. That's all it would take. That's all it would take. But you know what? There are people in our business telling me that they don't have the time to come up with 3 great ideas to wow their customer. And it's a shame, because there could be 120 referrals coming off that. You say, no, that's just for a meal. There are some families, there are people that have referred endless amounts of people in the car business. And we know that kind of potential. Do you believe a lot of wow experiences from your customers could transform your business? Yes, it can. But I've given this example before. I don't leave the Applebee's experience with a manager coming up to me and saying, man, did you enjoy it? Yes, I did. Well, how was our server? Hey, your server didn't miss a beat today. Great. Would you say you were completely satisfied, Mr. McNeal, with your meal? Well, yes, I was completely satisfied. Does that mean I go high-stepping out of there, picking up my phone and going, guys, you're never going to believe what happened to me today at Applebee's. I was completely satisfied, and you could be too. Listen, completely satisfied doesn't do it. Wow. Wow is the only response that's going to do it. And it says that wows are the only way to get people to proactively just go out and speak positively of you. First 5 letters of the alphabet. Always be consistent, consistently and deliberately executing. If you will do these 2 things, be consistent and deliberate. People do not do this. You know what happens with the wow experience? They meet someone and you share something in common. We both love this kind of music. We both go to these kind of places, and the next thing you know, the time flies by, the people love us, and they go off and they talk about us. Wow. But you know what? That's because we shared something in common. It wasn't because we consistently and deliberately set out to. This is deliberate. I got 3 wow factors behind my back, and I'm going to find out a little bit more about this customer, and I'm going to figure out which one of these customized wow factors is going to do it. And then that's what I'm going to deliver. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my personal stamp on this to make it. That's deliberate. And you know what? I'll tell you this, once a month doing it isn't going to transform your business. That's the term we use, transform your business. Once a month is not going to transform your business. What will transform your business is consistently doing it, being known for doing that. You know what? In sports, you like the athletes that consistently deliver, man. This guy's known for it. Man, if the ball's thrown his way, he's going to catch it. You know what? This guy's known for just hitting the hole hard and driving that ball forward. That's what we're talking about. Are you going to be the one that's consistent? When it comes down to it, they say just this. They say, man, listen, this guy, he is always on point. He's always listening to customers. He's always there taking care of his customers. This guy is the man. This person is the person you need to come to see because it's consistent. I've been dealing with this person for 4 years. They've always had a good attitude. They've always taken care of every problem after the sale. They've always remained in good communication. Consistently, deliberate means that you actually planned on it happening. There's nothing for me that feels better in business and in life than when something happens and somebody responds a certain way and you say, you know what? I planned that. Number 4. Wows are usually about what? They're about little things that make a big or a huge difference. Little things that make a big difference. I've never seen I just can't think of the examples where they just spent thousands and thousands of dollars on me and then, I was just blown away. No. It was this little thing. And you say, you get a server and they pay attention, for example, to your kids. You're like, okay, I like that. That's what they did when we first sat down. But the second time they come back and they follow up and they remember a kid's name because they overheard it, okay. Third or fourth time they pay particular attention to detail at my table and I say, you know what? This person is deliberate and they're doing not one little thing, they're doing a bunch of little things and it's adding up to make a big difference, and that's why their tip is significant. Here's the principle of sowing and reaping, because I know you know this. Listen, if you sow in this area or you plant in this area and you cultivate it, it's going to grow in that area. If you plant over here, cultivate it, take care of it, water it, nourish it, it's going to grow in this area. That's exactly what's going to happen, but you're going to have to do all of those things. But here's what people do not understand about sowing and reaping. If I sow good seeds, I'm doing something good, it's going to reap, if I stay that course, it's going to reap good fruit. I'm going to see fruit from that. And the same thing if I do it on the bad side. But here's what people don't realize. You plant a seed. Let's take an apple tree. I plant a seed, and eventually it grows into an apple tree. That tree, does it give me one apple? It gives me dozens. It gives me bunches of apples that I can pull off that year. And then the next year I'm going to be able to they're going to grow even more. So that one seed is going to yield exponential results. That's the principle of sowing and reaping. It's one thing planted, cultivated, and it grows and it multiplies. One bad thing planted, staying in that, trying to be deceptive and all of that, and guess what? The same thing happens. And you know what people say? You tell me if you don't know people like this. They're like, man, I can't understand it. Everything that happens in my life, it's just one series of bad luck after another. Man, it's just, I'm always down and out. I'm always this and that. You know what? Are you sowing those kinds of seeds and that's what you're reaping? Because people don't understand this on the negative side. It doesn't, when you plant one bad seed, it blows up. It blows up in that field too, and then they say life is unfair. Listen, if you're on this side of it, you're going to say, oh yeah, I worked hard, I earned every bit of this. But on this side, not so. Got to understand the principle of sowing and reaping. Listen, if I will be a steward of the wow factor, if I will make this my business plan, I'll reap unbelievable results, and there are people that are doing it. And you're saying, I just don't see it. Should make it, that'll make it easier for you to be the exception. How or what? But before we look at how or what, I want to look at these. I want to look at words like why, when, who, where. These are not the answers. And you say, you know what? What's wrong with asking a why question? What's wrong with asking where or when? Now listen, there is a time and a place for asking those kinds of questions, but when we're talking about the QBQ approach and holding yourself accountable, these are questions you ask yourself. These questions could pose a dangerous setup. For example, I have a problem or a circumstance and I say, why does this always happen to me? Why do I find myself in this circumstance? Why do we not have enough traffic? You know what the problem with the why question in this situation? It's victim thinking. It sets up victim thinking. You use the why, it sets up victim thinking. Why me? Why does this always happen? Why don't we have enough people in place? Why can't I find a manager when I need one? Wrong question. When? When is someone ever going to get to this? When is somebody going to help us close our deals right? When are we going to get this process down where we can do this and we can genuinely help the when questions, you know what they are? They're procrastination. They delay getting an answer now. When holds us off? Who? You know what who is? It's casting the blame. Man, who's going to fix this? Man, who's going to be the next person to get this handled? Because I'm tired of dealing with this. Who is a casting blame? So we got victim thinking. We've got procrastination. We're casting blame. Where? Where are we ever going to find answers? All of these things set us up for failure. They set us up for failure. And that's why Andrew said the questions that you ask in the formula are how and what questions. How and what questions